All right, here we go. We are back, or at least I am back from a wonderful week-long vacation up to New England. We went to baseball games. We did the Hall of Fame, the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. We did a lot of fun stuff. Even got road raged at by some dude in Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Am I right? So we're here today, back with another review, and I'm gonna get to a couple of bands that I haven't talked about yet because I hadn't heard of them until I saw Banger TV do some reviews, and actually, let's go ahead and kick off with that. First band, Visigoth. Their new album has been out for a couple of months. I haven't listened to anything off of it because I didn't even know the band existed until they got shouted out on Banger TV. Went and checked them out. They got some great stuff on that album. Not quite through it yet, so I won't give it a full review, but I'm really enjoying it. Good stuff. Also, Yob. Again, Banger doing that review of the new album, Our Raw Heart, and hearing the story of their lead singer and how he's just gone through all of this stuff and had to have a bunch of surgery. He had something wrong with, I guess, his intestinal tract or something like that, and him coming back and writing all that stuff. And again, not through the album, so I'm not going to give it a full review yet, but I am very impressed with the stuff that I've heard so far off of Our Raw Heart. I would highly recommend checking that out. But today is a big review for me because it's one of my favorite bands of all time, probably top two. My favorite band is Metallica, and Ghost is somewhere in their top 2 or 3. Prequelle, which is how Tobias Forge pronounced it when I went to see their show. It's been out for a couple of weeks, and I have not stopped jamming it. It is an astounding album. It is really, really good. Just everything about it just works. It sounds like Ghost. It's Ghost at its best. And, coming off of this lawsuit and all this stuff, Tobias Forge and his group of nameless ghouls have come out with a powerful statement about the Black Plague, or loosely based on the Black Plague. There's not a bad song on the album. I will tell you that. There's not a bad song on the album. The opener, Ashes, it's got some criticism. I've heard it's some criticism of the band using that kind of an introduction, but I think it works. Let's face it, the Black Plague wasn't the happiest time in the world's history, and hearing little children sing Ring Around the Rosie in a very creepy voice really adds an aesthetic to the album that just makes it work. It's a great opener, and I like Ashes. Next song, Rats, the first single off of the album. It's a great song. It's a powerful song. It's got a great groove to it. And if you haven't seen the music video with Cardinal Copia dancing, you got to go check it out. It is awesome. Next song, Faith. Great riff on this song. Again, great groove to it. But it's a Ghost album. There's going to be a great groove on this album. Next song, See the Light. The band quiets down a bit, and I like that. I know that a lot of metal fans are like, if it's not the loudest thing in the world, then it can't be metal, and I don't subscribe to that. I love this idea that they are doing where they slow it down a bit. And See the Light is a great song, and it's also, it's kind of a diss track, a Ghost diss track, from Tobias towards his former bandmates, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to call it out for what it is, a really great song. Next we have Miasma, and this is something where I agree with the critics. I wish Tobias would have written lyrics for this song. It's too good of a song not to have lyrics to it. It's an instrumental piece on the album. Wish there was lyrics to it. They could have had a killer chorus there. And of course, the saxophone solo at the end, gotta love that. That is an excellent addition to the album. Metal needs more sax solos, I mean, and I say this as somebody who listens to Billy Joel a lot. We need more sax solos in metal. Sixth song on the album, Dance Macabre, the second single released off of the album. A grooving song, throwback to the 80s, just great stuff. and it makes you want to get up and dance. And that is not a bad thing for metal to have. Honestly, I think metal relies a little too much on the whole guitars and the vocals. I think we need more music like this. This is just outstanding. It'll stick in your head for days. And for those of you who watch the reviews, you know that I love a song that sticks in your head for days, as long as it's none of that pop stuff. Next we have Pro Memoria. And this song has been getting, again, a bad rap because it's a slower part on the album. I think it's a beautiful song. It's wonderfully composed. Love the orchestral part, the strings at the beginning, the piano part that leads into Tobias singing along, and just an outstanding song from Ghost here. Beautiful. Yeah, the chorus, the lyrics, don't you forget about dying, don't you forget about your friend death. That could have been worked maybe a little bit more, but other than that, a fantastic song. 8th track on the album, Witch Image, is just excellent. Again, the band ramps it back up, and you're back into this realm of just typical darkish rock that is so characteristic of the band itself. And especially the sound both on this and on Meliora, their last album. And it's got a great chorus, again, that'll stick in your head for days. Their 9th song, which has a Swedish title that I think I could probably pronounce, but I would probably butcher it, so I'm probably not going to. Another instrumental track. And this is one where I feel the instrumental fits. This song didn't really have a good enough musical composition to really fit lyrics. Miasma did. This song does not. And instrumental tracks have really become a staple of Ghost. You always know you're going to get 1 or 2 instrumental tracks on an album, with the exception of Infestissumam, which did not really have any instrumental tracks on it. So this 9th song, it's good. It's not a bad song at all. It's kind of like Ghost meets Trans-Siberian Orchestra, if I could put it that way. There's a section in there where the piano, guitar, drums, and bass come together to form this crescendo of music that goes up here, and then it just plays out. And that, to me, sounds just like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Finally on the album, the song Life Eternal, which is one of my favorites on the album. It probably is my favorite on the album. And this is on an album of songs that will be staples of Ghost's discography for years to come. And Life Eternal is it's a really great song. And I love the ending to this album. The choir singing Eternal over and over again, and just the mix of choir and piano and guitar and drums, it works. And then the choir drops off, and Tobias leaves you with If You Had Life Eternal. And that is just a great, great way to end this album. Again, another song on the album that's getting a bad rap because of its softness or slowness. But I love it, and it's great. Reminds me a lot of Monstrance Clock. That's the way Infestissumam ended, with the choir just singing out, and then Life Eternal on this album reminds me a lot of the ending to Infestissumam, combined with a little bit of Deus in Absentia off of Meliora, the ending to that album. Definitely not like the ending to Opus Eponymous. I mean, Opus Eponymous was just pound you in the face with hard, heavy stuff from beginning to end. Well, except for that organ intro. That organ intro was kind of cool, though. Great album. Just brilliance from start to finish. And Prequelle is getting a 99 out of 100 on the YPS, the Yearly Perfection Scale. So again, thanks for watching. I'm back, and we'll hopefully be continuing to do these on into the future. Ghost have released an Album of the Year candidate, definitely. And as that stands, I don't know. Of course, there are plenty of months left in the year, plenty of music left to be listened to. But I highly, highly, highly recommend Prequelle. Great album. Also, the 2 bands that I mentioned there, Yob and Visigoth, they have new albums out. Go check them out. They got some good stuff there. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time.